Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. No two NFL teams have played more often than the Bears and Packers, and we're underway from Lambeau. They're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. A give up the middle to Singletary. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. To throw, it's Rodgers. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
From the 16, Rodgers. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Rodgers with a caper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll run it again with Barkley. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play this call, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Mayfield. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Mayfield.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
after the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this run.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Second and 12. Mayfield. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there. I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
Make the play.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on third and long.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Give him a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it still brings up fourth.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. Santos' kick is up and through.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
This defense for the Bears, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got a man complete. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Packers!
A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you get that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly, as you just described, it does feel like they're coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. We'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Throwing, Mayfield. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 45 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
And this time they were waiting for him, as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Here's Rodgers throwing quickly to the flat, and he'll be out of bounds. The 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they're content to take the 3. Some of the conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Over the time work on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Flush to his right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
He's going to keep this again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's always a goal that's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Mayfield to throw for it on fourth. Looking downfield for Jones. And incomplete on the deep ball. What a real head-scratcher there. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Rodgers now on first down.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Second and 1 from the 2.
Now Dillon on the inside give. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Sneak, Rodgers. Yeah, that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. Look to run with Singletary. Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of 2 there, second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Dillon, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I want to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Mayfield on first down.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
Mayfield on play action. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe, because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Mayfield now.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to have the short field here as they take over right at the 50.
And Charles, that's not 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football. Because remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's McKenzie. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's McKenzie. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
From the 27, Mayfield looking downfield for Jones. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They go play action. Mayfield. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
They go with the option on 4th down, left side. Running it with a fullback, Burton. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
They'll try to run it in, going option right.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Another try for Barkley. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13. Gotta figure this is what they need here on 3rd and goal. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a very solid return out across the 45-yard line before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon.
And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of...
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Rodgers. Looking right sideline, that's complete. Then he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
second down. Dillon.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Touchdown, Packers! Isaiah McKenzie, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that will increase their lead to 28. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Bears on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be third and forever. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Tariq Carpenter.
And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as he just added on to that big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Play fake. Mayfield. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, Mayfield. Man open, here is Jones.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now, defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
Mayfield off the play fake. Looking downfield for Jones.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Singletary here running out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Chicago.
So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But
and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
From just inside the 20, a short kick.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw. They're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues. And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers is caught. Here's Langford.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Rodgers now on first down. And he fires one incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. To throw, it's Rodgers. It's complete to Langford. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it.
All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
From the 2 now, second and goal. Rodgers throwing here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Mayfield. And this will be caught by Mooney. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Doesn't matter whether it's the zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield. That's complete to Mooney. And he is going to lose yardage here. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The
defense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team. Right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Green Bay, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll have a quick turnaround as they're back in action Thursday at noon Eastern for the traditional Thanksgiving Day game in Detroit.
like trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big fish came to Jonah. Yeah, I'm still independent. They sold 1 million records. Yeah, used to be on my checklist. Big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest.